You ask the Q's, I have the A's. Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. As you can see by the title of this video, we're doing a Q&A. Classic Q&A, so you can get to know more about me. Before we get started, 71% of the people who watch my videos are not subscribed, so why not subscribe? It's free. Hit the subscribe button down below to join our growing family here, and then you can be notified anytime I upload a video, which is usually on Thursdays. Let's go to the questions. The first question is, what is something that has really inspired you recently? Something that's inspired me recently has been watching Brooklyn and Bailey, their YouTube videos of visiting 50 states before one of the twins starts her next period. And the reason that this has inspired me is because they're raising money to help end period poverty. If you're unaware of what period poverty is, period products are taxed as a luxury item when they're necessities for everybody, and not everybody can get access to period products, which is mind-boggling. So the fact that they're raising awareness about it and raising money for it is incredibly inspiring. So if you want to check out their videos or donate, I will leave the link in the description below. The battery died. We should be good. Okay, next question. When will you start training and preparing for team trials? And short answer, I've already kind of started. So I've been working on things to improve my game as well as help my elbow. I'm actually taking a trip to Montreal in a couple weeks to get refitted and make sure things are looking good for my elbow and work on some things which I'm really excited for. So long story short, already started. What is your most recent unnecessary purchase? Oh, I'll show you. It's definitely this book right here. I saw this at HomeSense the other day, and I thought it was just a really aesthetically pleasing book, but as well it does kind of give you some tips for creating content and building a brand and just kind of all about that. I mean, it is more Instagram focused, but I think that knowledge can carry over into any form of social media. But this was definitely an unnecessary purchase, but I think it's gonna look really cute, especially with the room renovations that I'm planning on doing, so stay tuned. Do you ever feel self-conscious? I see you at tournaments and you look so comfortable in your own skin. The answer to this is almost always, especially lately. I think I've felt more self-conscious lately than I have in a very long time. I'm not quite sure where that came from, but I think it happens to everyone, and I think as long as you're working on yourself and working towards things that are going to make you feel more confident, I think as long as you're working towards those things, it's okay to sometimes feel self-conscious. I mean, life isn't linear, right? It's not a straight line. You're gonna have moments that are up and you're gonna have moments that are down, but as long as you're constantly working on yourself and working on improving the way you feel and the way that you see yourself, that's what matters. But yes, I do feel self-conscious. Thank you for saying that. I look so comfortable in my skin at tournaments, but I definitely feel self-conscious. I think if I could give you a piece of advice, the piece of advice I would give you comes from Sarah's Day. She used to say it a lot in her vlogs. I haven't watched them recently, but she would always say, act confident and no one will question you. And that's kind of stuck with me a little bit, is if you portray yourself as being confident and comfortable in your own skin, most people wouldn't question it. So hopefully that helps you. Thank you, but I definitely feel self-conscious. And this kind of ties into the last question, but what is something that you're working on? Just myself as a whole. I'm working on myself physically because there's things I'm just not the happiest with. I'm focusing on myself mentally by working on speaking to myself the way I would speak to a friend. I find I'm very hard on myself and quick to judge myself, but I would never do that to like my best friend, or I would never do that to any of you watching this video. So I'm working on that as well. Just myself as a whole, just to feel better with myself, feel better in my own skin, feel better health-wise. I'm on some vitamins. I'm seeing a naturopath, which all of this will be coming in an updated health video soon. But just working on myself and making sure I'm exercising, and if I feel like it, making sure I get a workout in, like lifting weights, but at the very least just making sure I have some sort of movement. But yeah, working on myself as a whole. My hair is bothering me today. Talking about self-conscious, my hair is bothering me. Do you have an update on your elbow? How is it feeling? Will it be fixed? Long story short, no. There's no update on my elbow. There's no solution in sight. It's still in quite a lot of pain when I bowl. When I don't bowl, it's fine. When I do bowl, I'm in a lot of pain. So like I mentioned, I'm taking a trip to Montreal to work on like my fit, and I'm really hoping that helps. I'm hopeful that it will help, as well as I'm still upkeeping on doing the rehab. I have some amazing products with KT tape that have definitely been aiding in reducing the pain, as well as allowing me to even bowl in the first place. If I wasn't wearing KT tape, I don't think I'd be able to actually physically bowl. So I'm really thankful to products like KT tape and companies like them for allowing me to bowl and do what I love, even though I'm in quite a bit of pain. So here's hoping I have a positive update after I go to Montreal for you, and hopefully I'm just not in pain anymore when I bowl. That would be ideal, but long story short, no, there's no solution right now. Who are your inspirations? I think in general in life, one of my main inspirations, and I think I've mentioned this before, is Natasha OCN. She is on YouTube, but she's incredibly smart. She is what I aspire to be health-wise. She's in really good physical condition. She fuels her body so well, but also still allows herself to enjoy, you know, donuts or all of those things. She just has such a great balance and outlook on health and fitness and life, and that's something that I'm incredibly inspired by. So Natasha OCN in general. But in case this question was bowling geared, definitely people that inspire me are Daria Payok. She throws it incredible, and I can relate to her because we're both kind of struggling through an elbow injury, and hopefully we can both come out of it stronger, better. Shannon O'Keefe is a huge bowling inspiration of mine. She's just accomplished so much, especially in the last few years. She's a force to be reckoned with, and it's incredibly inspiring to watch her, and she's so solid all the time. Current show or shows that you're binging. So I've been rewatching Brooklyn Nine-Nine. That show is a comfort show. It makes me laugh all the time. And then I'm also enjoying watching Only Murders in the Building with Selena Gomez, and I'm forgetting their names, but they're the two older gentlemen. It's definitely a little quirky, but I'm really enjoying it. I think it's an easy watch, and it's really good. And the last question I'm going to answer for today is favorite childhood memory. I'm very grateful that I have had a childhood that I have a lot of great memories from, but I think one of my favorites has to be, there's this big hill by my house, and there was two like kind of jumps created from snow in the winter, and it was like this really big single jump, and then there was like a moderately big double jump, okay? And my brother went down, went off the big one. He landed in a way that was not so great, and he could not breathe, and like he was just in a bunch of pain. And I remember my dad was like, Tiff, don't go down the double jump. Well, I was going anyway. And as I'm going down, he tried to grab my leg to stop me, but when he grabbed me, he grabbed my boot and ended up taking my boot off. So I'm going down this double jump with like one foot in the air with no boot on, and my other leg was just, you know, flat against, I think it was on a crazy carpet or one of those. It was a blast. The jump was really fun, but I think it's just really funny to like think about the fact that I was going down this hill with one foot up with no boot on, and yeah, it makes me laugh every time. So probably that one. And with that being said, that was the Q&A. I hope you enjoyed this video. I hope you got to learn a little bit more about me. If you liked this video, give it a thumbs up. Like I mentioned earlier, 71% of you are unsubscribed, so hit the subscribe button, and I will see you next week in my next video. Bye everyone.